Okay, how you doing? What's up with you? Rules of engagement. That's what I'm going to title this. Like rules of engagement. Okay, good people. Here's how it goes. Whenever you allow yourself to respond to something that displeases you, that invades your privacy, unless that thing is threatening to you and is giving you some kind of um, is bringing some kind of physical harm to you, you shouldn't lend your energy to it. You should disengage. Okay, my daughters, I have beautiful daughters. From time to time, they go to the store. They'll go somewhere within the city, pick up something for their mother or me or what have you, and almost without fail, a Caucasian man, um, a Gentile, will come and be directly behind them, up close enough to them to hug them, and just basically invade their space without any respect for them as a person. I'm going to tell you, it's an unspoken offense and a lie and an assumption that black women, or Hebrew women as there really are, desire Gentiles. Now, I know there are a lot of sisters that do, but all sisters don't. As a matter of fact, some sisters are just the opposite. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. What is most important to me is this disengaging that we have to do. I tell my daughters, whenever that happens, don't argue with the man. What you doing? Get away from me. Get your little fine self away from him. Hit speed dial and get me on the speakerphone. And call me as loud as you can. And I will get there as soon as I can. I'll tell you to keep your phone on, and while your phone is on, I will tell you to get the fuck away from him so you can hear it loud. Get as far away from his ass as you can. Go by store management. Go somewhere where he will not feel that he has free access to you to intimidate you or do anything, because you got to understand something about these Gentiles. They are bastards, okay? They are fatherless. And many of them do not have a consciousness of God, Elohim, the Most High. So they're definitely not going to have any regard for you as a person. Okay? And see, you got to understand this, Israel. That's what I call you, you so-called black person. You're Israel. You got to understand this. There is an unspoken desire to conquer you. That desire comes from the wicked one, and the wicked one rules in the hearts of men, even Christian ones. Okay? Yes. Yes. Israel is the happening thing. All Israel shall be saved. God has not cast away his people, which he foreknew. And he has a divine appointment to fulfill our destiny in him. That's Israel. Gentiles are being grafted in, but that doesn't mean that you allow heathenistic, godless Gentiles to write any narrative for your life. Disengage. Now I'm going to talk about another type of Gentile. I'm going to talk about a Negro. I hear a lot of you sisters responding to Brother Tommy Sotomayor. You know the best thing for that, for you and for him? You shouldn't respond. You're having intimate communication and relationship with someone who clearly makes it known that he despises himself and despises his people. And it's more than just Tommy has an issue. He grew up, many of us, myself included, speculate that something happened to him when he was young, or whatever. But that don't have to be the case. We know how to act up on our own with nothing happened to us. And if nothing abusive from his own family happened to us, certainly something abusive from the Gentiles happened to him, because many of us have been under that persuasion that their shit don't stink. Many of us see pale skin and damn, it's like God is in the room. You can't help a Negro with that. And for you, my beautiful sisters, to be all wound up behind what this brother is saying, you are engaging. You may hate what he's saying, but you are having intimate emotional experience with what he is saying to the other extreme. And here is the trick of the enemy. Just get you to engage. That's it. Just get you to engage. Just invite you in. You know how some people can invite someone into a card game and they got all the cards, or a dice game, and they're playing with loaded dice. They got a trick deck of cards, or they doing magic tricks and they got the angle on you, or they hypnotize you because you invite yourself in. You let your guard down. What am I saying? This bidding, coaxing you into engagement from heathens or from a brother who thinks like a heathen. This is hypnosis. Are you hearing me? See, no matter what you call yourself, you have a title that was placed on you based on your genetic and your created person. You have a name. You can call yourself a Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, feminist, gay, homosexual, black, African American, but if you study the history of your people, you have a specific name. And the powers that be, that rule in the heavens, that rule the thinking of Tommy Sotomayor, you, Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland, everybody. Everyone in the world, unless they have their DNA from their creator crystallized in their soul, in their mind, in their imagination, and on their tongue, you are under the hypnotic spell of the prince of the power of the air and the lusts, thoughts, philosophies, and teachings of that prince. You will do. The hypnosis is that real and it's that serious. And unless you have a diligent mental approach toward discovering yourself fully independent of anyone's opinion about you and fully independent of your experience in this society. Guess what? You will lose track of how you were born, and you will not be able to create in your experience an atmosphere and an authority that comes from your own imagination that frees you from the hypnosis of engaging in the philosophies and abominable thoughts of this present evil world that we live in. This is the fact. This is the truth. That's why somebody can get on YouTube and have you all up in arms for hours typing back and forth. I know it. I've been there. Can have you thinking about them and your insides start curdling. Got to free yourself. These are the rules of engagement. Disengage from anything that does not promote you, empower you, that does not send positive vibes to you. I don't know. I'd hate to be sitting around. I don't even watch this dude's videos. I seen one of his videos, one quick shot of his videos, and somebody as dark as he is, I mean, even if the brother was light skinned, hi baby, somebody as dark as he is, sitting around talking about what he calls black women. First of all, the brother is in an illusion. There ain't no such thing as a black woman. Now, if you've probably been called black and ugly all your life, then you're going to have some negative feelings about who you are, and anything that reminds you of anyone that said anything negative about your complexion, the size of your lips, the shape of your eyes, or the texture of your hair. Guess what they're going to do? They are going to keep you in the 5th grade when that cute girl said something to you and it was adverse to how you felt about yourself as a person, or it may have even promoted something negative that you felt about yourself as a person, and it threw shade on you as it shined light on somebody with light skin. I'm telling you, you guys, you got to disengage, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself completely engaged in that destroys you, keeps you preoccupied, and has you focused in on concentrating on mindsets that these mindsets are created for the purpose of perpetuating all kinds of enslavement, entrapment, and bondages that were existed in our experience long before you were born. These things got to jump on you. So if you didn't create it, if you didn't say it, and if it's not promoting self-confidence in you, you shouldn't even listen to it. You should disengage. As a matter of fact, that bent that we had toward listening to senseless rants by people that obviously have emotional, psychological, and spiritual problems. These people are demonstrating to you that you are too preoccupied with things that don't matter, and you don't really have a particular space. I'm not going to say you don't have a life, but a particular space of your life. You're not engaged properly. And we all can be guilty of that. And that is a problem, because as we get older, the effects of that in every area of our life start becoming blatantly obvious. And if you look at Israel as a people, us as a people all over the world, if you look at us, that is the condition we live in. And it is by our own perpetuation. We didn't do it to ourselves, but we are very, very healthy proponents of the perpetuation of that thing. We keep that thing going. You got to realize something. If you are Israel, You are under no one standard. No one can determine your potential and even your failures, your weaknesses, and your sins are not anyone else's problem. You are the only people that have a covenant with the Most High. And it doesn't matter what anyone says about you. It doesn't matter what you're doing wrong. No one was put here to judge you. But the book, the historical account of your Creator's actions with man and the ancestors that he interacted with and covenanted with, that book declares that you are the righteous judges of the nations in the whole world. But now you're going to have to stop buying into these narratives, and even the narratives that you don't buy into by your mentor.